Let's dive in, not waste your guys' time. Here at Vagabond Builds with James and Sandu. But don't forget to like and subscribe before we go ahead and start, as well as you got something for us to film. Here's our email below. Email us, we'll talk details later. And a special thanks and a shout out to Neil of Volvo here in Sacramento, California for providing us these cars for this comparison. Now, we got the 2026 XC60 T8 Plus trim, all-wheel drive here on my left. To my right, I have its bigger brother, the XC90, exactly the same T8 Plus trim, all-wheel drive. Let's dive in and talk about differences, comparison, and similarities. Sorry. Powertrain's exactly the same. 2.0 liter, 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, 8-speed automatic transmission. Then you have the all-wheel drive system, of course, and that's pushing 455 horsepower with 523 pounds-feet of torque combined on both numbers. MPG, that's where you're going to get some change. MPG on the X60 is going to change when you're combining electric and gas. It's going to be 63 versus 57. If it's just gas, it's going to be 28 versus 27. Both do have 33 miles of full electric range that will charge in 5 hours at 240 volts. Now, guys, let's go ahead and bring these front ends to you guys. Front ends. Again, you're going to tell they're of the same family, right? Because it's Volvo, but you're going to have differences. Headlights, different. As you guys can tell, the daytime running light designs, we didn't leave the hazards on, but these are also the hazards, as well as the LED system. This is a full LED system, and they look slightly different, 1 in 1, and then you have 2 in 2, okay? We also have headlight washers, the bezeling differences on the bezeling, all right, as well as the lower grills do look different as well, and the front bumper fascias in general just look different too, all right? So completely different front ends. You still can see the resemblance, but again, the XC60 does look a bit more rough, rugged on the sporty look. This looks a little bit softer, more kind of a road princess look. Then we come over to the side. Side on the body, you're going to tell the difference, a little bit more soft on the fender, a little bit more rugged with that edge here. No trim on the XC60 fender wheel well trim, but you do get wheel well trim on the XC90. The hoods do kind of resemble each other, but they're slightly different with the shapes. Then we come over to this is where your plug-in is going to be on both vehicles on the driver's side, okay, for that 33 miles. Before I continue, the wheels, these are added upgraded options on both. So the XC60 and XC90 do have these, and what do we get? We got a Continental Cross Contact, machine surface silver, high gloss black. The size on this exact is 255/45/20. We have a Pirelli Scorpion Verde all season tire, machine surface silver, high gloss black, different design on the rims. Suspension systems are shock spring strut suspension. Now we come over to the side mirrors. Side mirrors, exactly the same side mirrors, just one's a little bit lower, one's higher. That's because of the difference in the dimensions of the vehicle. Then we come over to the doors. Again, remember, look at the body lines. I want you guys to focus here. A little bit softer on the XC60, more rugged with that cut. Then we drop down, a little bit more curvy, a little bit more rough here on the XC90. So that's, you get trim here too. Chrome trim, you don't get no chrome trim on the XC60. Up top, we got high gloss black trim around the windows on the XC60, and then high gloss black roof rails versus chrome and the hyper silver look up top. Dimensions on both of these vehicles, if you want to know. So we're going to have 185 inches in length on the 60, 195 inches, so 10 inches difference on the length in the 90. 79 inches in width, so width is about the same. Then you have the height. Height is different. It's going to be 70 inches on the 90 versus 65 inches on the 60, so it's about 5 inches lower. Ground clearance does change a little bit. So on the 60, you're getting an 8.5 inch ground clearance versus on the 90, 8.8 inch ground clearance. Wheelbases, you're gonna have a 112 inch wheelbase on the 60, 117 inch wheelbase on the 90. Coming over to the rear, this is where you're gonna see a lot of difference. The length, all right, the body lines, okay? Then we come over to the rear ends. Bear with me, guys. Hopefully you guys are still keeping up. Rear ends, we got the spoiler up top. Now, again, resembles each other a lot back here with the corporate Volvo taillights. They do come LED, T8, and XC60. Dropping down to the rear bumper fascia, bumper sensors, again, a little bit more sporty back here on the 60. So front and rear on the 60 do look a bit sporty, but the sides look softer than the 90. It's kind of weird how they did that. Then we come over to the 90. A little bit softer look on the 90. Up top spoiler brake, LED, rear taillights, different design on the interior side of those taillights. We get XC90 here on the left, T8, just like the 60. A scuff pad, you didn't get the scuff pad in the 60. We got chrome trim on the bumper up top, but you know the 60 did come with the black trim. Bumper sensors on this as well, and both exhaust tips on both 60 and 90 are tucked under the vehicle. Now let's go ahead and talk cargo. So this might be a make it or break it for you guys. Remember, the 60 is a 2-row SUV, the 90 is a 3-row. So your minimum cargo in the 60, 22 cubic feet of space minimum versus 11 cubic feet of space minimum in the 90. Maximum 63 in the 60 and 86 in the 90. So that is a huge difference, almost 20 cubic feet of space of maximum cargo capacity. This is what the 60 looks like. Nothing on the right hand side, but a little light here and a light here, as well as a 12-volt outlet. No spare tires in both. So XC90 and XC60 has no spare tires. Here we go with the battery. That's about it. Then we come here. We have the third row. Now, if you guys can afford it and you guys find yourselves might be bargaining between the third row or not, I would urge you to get the 90 and just keep this third row drop down just like that. So maybe you don't need that third row, but you don't know exactly which for sure. And yes, it is going to be more expensive, but again, you're getting a lot more differences with regards to shape, space also. My best advice to anybody. More cargo, and we do not have a spare tire here in the 90, but your tire situation here, all right? On the right-hand side, what do we get? A 12-volt outlet, a light here and here. We have keyless entry on the tailgate of the 90, no keyless entry on the tailgate of the 60. Remember, that does change, so you're getting a little bit more bells and whistles in regards to the 60 and 90. Now let's go ahead and show you guys 60 interior and versus 90. Before we continue with this video, if you find yourself in the Sacramento, California, or the greater Sacramento area like Rockland, Roseville, Elk Grove, and many other cities, if you need a passenger van rental for the friends and the family for the fun activities such as San Francisco, Napa Valley Wine Country, Yosemite, Lake Tahoe, Yellowstone, and many other places, use the link in the description below and rent from Vagabond Van Rentals. We also deliver. Thanks, guys. Let's go ahead and continue with this video. We are now sitting in the XC60 first, everybody. So let's go ahead and show you guys real quick the main differences. The door panels, completely different door panels. Now, they do resemble each other. If you look close, you might be fooled, but the bottom cubby room, the speaker cover, as well as up top, the trim inlays and whatnot, completely different, all right? Then we come over to the door sills. Those are exactly the same, as well as the Nordico quilted upholstery. That's exactly the same. So we come up to the dashboard. Differences on the dashboard, differences on the glove compartment. This one has a handle up here. That the XC90 doesn't have the handle. It just has a button here that you're going to push, and it's going to open up the glove. Also, your trim shape. You do get both natural wooden inlays, but the colors and the shape is different. So it's going to drop down instead of go straight across, as well as this piece here. We get the XC90 in the plush trim, and it is covered with canvas. Leather wrapped dash on the XC90, but you don't have nothing leather up here on the XC60. Harman Kardon, both are add-on options on both plush trims in this video. Then we come over to the interface. Interface exactly the same on both. We have the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Google Maps, Google Assistant. We have the Bluetooth and the Sirius XM radio. This is what the Google Maps look like. Then we have drive modes exactly the same, and the camera systems do look exactly the same. All right. Air vents, exactly the same. So pretty much interface, same in both. Dropping down, this panel here is exactly the same other than that button I told you guys for that glove compartment in the XC90 will be here. Wireless charging pads, exactly the same. You're going to have some difference here. And what is that? The 12-volt outlet in the XC60 is here instead of in the glove compartment. And the XC90, they actually take that and place it into the glove compartment. All right, bigger on the glove compartment because of that. So this is a little bit itty-bitty glove compartment. Now, crystallized shift lever, engine start stop, exactly the same. Then we come over to the steering wheel. Steering wheel, exactly the same. Not spending too much time on the steering. as well as the levers here for windshield wipers and lighting, same. Cluster, same. Just want to show you guys that you guys can go ahead and mess around and get rid of that map and put that map back on. Coming over to the left-hand side of the glove compartment, you're going to have the same exact buttons on both. Is the tailgate button and the gas. And then again, I did show you guys the door panels. Door panels pretty much different. Up top, the glass, exactly the same with the control panel unit. Same with the rear view mirror, same. You're going to see some differences in the ambient lighting. The XC60 does not get ambient lighting. XC90 gets ambient lighting in the plush trim. Now let's show you second row seats. This is probably going to be your main difference inside the interior is the second row, because this is going to be a bench and it's stationary. The backrests don't drop down, to where on the XC90 you're going to have a bench and there's going to be a lot of utilization from the bench. Okay, now you do have armrest and cup holders here, but even your armrest and cup holders are different in the XC90. You have a 40% or 20% and a 40% in the 90 as well. In front, the hardbacks and the mesh pockets exactly the same. In between, different on the rear console, your controls for the climate controls as well as the heated seats are going to be touch sensitive in the 90. This is just 2 hard buttons and you don't have a tri-zone climate control. As well as the USB-C plugins, they look pretty much the same. And the 90, right here in the center, will have, because of the plush trim, will have a booster seat. Air vents on the B-pillar in the XC60, as well as your O snap handle and your lights, pretty much same. Now let's shoot over to the 90. Now inside the 90, everybody, and let's start with the door panels. Door panels look a whole lot more elegant. Now, yes, it's a different color on the wrap, but again, look at the speaker covers as well as the handles. They're placed a little bit lower. You get more wooden inlay trim, as well as even the speaker cover and the cubby room on the bottom. Just looks way more elegant in the 90. Then we come over to the door sill plate, exact same door sill plate like I mentioned. We still have the Nordico quilted. Then we have the dashboard. This is where it changes a bit. Remember the button I was talking to you guys about? This is your glove compartment, no handle, which gives it more of a cleaner look. A straight edged wooden inlay, as well as the canvased too, and you have the ambient lighting right under that canvased inlay piece. You have the wrap here on the glove compartment, and it's only going to be about this wide, so you're going to see the stitching, and that is just the wrap there, and everything else is going to be like that plastic feel. Harman Kardon speakers, again, add-ons, but they are different. Look, we have the same interface as I mentioned to you guys, so pretty much this exactly is the same, as well as this unit here. Wireless charging pad pretty much looks exactly the same, and this as well. But remember I told you guys about the 12-volt outlets? It's not placed here. They actually made a bigger center console and placed a 12-volt outlet here with the 2 USB-C plugins. So also this this piece here, this rectangle, is a little bit longer back here, so it changes the top shape of your armrest. All right. Now over to the driver's side area, exactly the same on the steering wheel, the cluster same, and these levers right and left same. Coming over to the left-hand side, tailgate button, gas button, as I mentioned to you guys, and door panels exactly the same. Up top, tilt slide moonroof option in the laminated or the darkened panoramic glass. In front, we got the controls, touch sensitive on the lighting, and the controls for the tilt slide moonroof. Rear view mirror, exactly the same. Now let's go ahead and shoot over to the second and third row. Now second row, everybody. Remember I told you guys you got a 40, 20, and a 40. This is where it's going to be very nice when you're actually dropping this backrest down. Gets more comfortable. A lever here to move this seat forward and back, and you can also bunny hop this seat forward. This booster seat, remember I told you guys about the booster. This is what it looks like right here. You can lock that into place. Your armrests does look different with the cup holders there and there. All right. What do we get on the front? Same backs with the mesh pockets of those front seats. In between those front seats, this is what changes. Touch sensitive heated seats with the air vent and the quad climate controls in here. Air vents here and on the B pillar. So you get 2 extra air vents as you do on the B pillar. Then your USB-C exactly the same. Over the top, remember I told you guys the O snap with the lights, pretty much exactly the same. Now guys, let's show you guys where you're going to see a big change. Is going to be that third row. Now it is kind of tight back here because it is Volvo and they are more of the full size / compact. But again, I'm not going to jump back there, but this is what it looks like back here. A little bit tight on the leg room, I have to say, but again, you're getting 2 extra passengers here. You get cup holders on the right and on the left, and air vents here on the C-pillar. All right, that's pretty much exactly it. These seats are stationary, so you cannot move them forward and back or even drop that backrest. And you have reading lights, touch sensitive up here, along with your Harman Kardon sound system up there. Difference, a lot of difference from the second to the third row compared to the 60. Now here's the price tag first to the 60. That's coming around $70,400 and some change. Well, you're talking about almost $12,000 difference in the 90. Here's the MSRP sticker, and this one's coming at around the $82,000 mark. Guys, hopefully this video did help you guys out. It solves your guys' issues. Ask us some questions in the comment section below. We'll try to get back to you guys as best as possible. My best advice here at Vagabond Builds is if you can't afford that extra $12,000, go with the 90. Not because it's more expensive, but I do see the utilization of the vehicle more ideal all around from out to in. All right, more so the in than the out. Thank you so much. Hype up this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks and God bless.